Hey guys, this is Gordon Overkill again, and we are going to continue the adventure of Gordizzl today. If I remember correctly, we had some last preparations to do. Let me take a look. Yeah, we still had this Mugger corpse in our inventory that we want to bring to the sheriff. And we might as well sell those thief picks that we found. We're gonna do this at first, because the paladin is very likely never going to use them. Drop the thief picks. Get 24 gold. Don't want to waste that. Now we're just going to get back to Terrenio. Oh! And I just see that we are starving. We forgot to eat. And we don't want to starve for too long because that could mean our death. So we're going to change that at this very moment and eat one of our large rations. Very nice. Now we have to find the sheriff. There he is. The blue tea that you can see. That's, take a look at him. It's Tuvat Par, the sheriff, or however you might pronounce it. And he's the one to pay the bounties. So we talk to him. You talk to Tuvat Par, the sheriff. Listen, Kranach the raider is roaming the countryside. He's the nasty raider. Idiot. I should not have talked to him, but just giving him the corpse. Now I have accepted to the quest that he gives us that I actually didn't want to accept. Well, now it's too late, so maybe we will have to find the raiders. We will see. He's a nasty raider out on pillage. Slay him and you'll receive a nice reward. Aye, lad. Abide by the law and us will be friends. You know, we set bounties on the heads of criminals, bringing them. That's what the only thing that I wanted to do, actually. So now I'm going to give him the Mugger corpse. There's the bounty of 50 gold pieces on his head. Good work. And we've got the gold pieces and the additional quest that you can see right here. The sheriff and Terrenio ask you to stop the raider gang led by Kranach, the raider lord. Actually, I hope that we are not going to meet him, because he and his raiders, they are quite tough. They have ranged weapons, and I think they could be dangerous for us. Anyway, our next aim is to start with the Druid quest. If you remember, we had to kill this chaotic Druid, and I hope that we will be able to at least reach the Druid level within this episode. So first we're going to go down to the Druid dungeon, which is here. A sinister cave entry. That's the entry to the Druid cave. So we're going to enter it, and we're directly facing a large bat which is hostile, so we're going to kill it. We changed to very aggressive tactics again, which will increase our to-hit value, our damage, but decrease our defense value. But that's not so bad, because we've got a very high protection value. So it's unlikely that the bat will be able to hurt us. We hit the bat with the first hit and directly slay it. Very nice. As you can see, whenever we kill a foe, our experience is growing. You see it here at the center bottom. At the moment we've got 158 points of experience, and as soon as we reach 297 experience points, we will advance to the second level. But we'll talk about that later. So now we're going to explore this dungeon, and well, we just engaged the next enemy. It's the female orc. That should be no problem. Yeah, one hit and it's dead. Female hobgoblin, also no problem I think, but we're going to throw some rocks at her at first. and the first rock directly killed him. I think we are very lucky with the hits at the moment, because we take a look at our weapon skills. We have only sword skill 2, which is not too high, +2 to hit bonus, and we have only thrown rock skill 0, so we get no bonus at all. It's very lucky that we hit with most of our attacks at the moment. You see on the right side the required marks to improve in your weapon level. So if we hit 4 more times with the rock, we will advance to rock level 1, which would be very nice. So our enemy dropped a short sword and a rock. That was the rock that we threw at her. And here is the down staircase. So what we're going to do is descend as fast as possible through this dungeon in order to quickly reach the Druid cave and spawn the Druid on a more or less low level, so we can easily beat him. Afterwards, if we don't have a very good armor up to that point, we will go up and explore the rest of the dungeon levels in hope of finding better equipment before we actually face the Druid. So we climb downwards. What do we have here? It might be some rocks on the ground. Yeah, 4 additional rocks. That's nice. The more ammunition we have, the better. Okay. This orc managed to reach us in the infight and directly dies there. Pick up our rocks. That's a rat, which should not be able to hurt us. And congratulations, we advanced to level 2. Wonderful. So let's see what we can do. Whenever we reach a new level, we have the chance to improve our skills. You can see that we've got 3 skills to improve, which is the minimum number. If we had a higher learning score of 15 or more, we would get additional skill increases, but as you remember, our learning is really abysmal, so no chance. Let's see what we're going to improve. The alertness skill is very, very useful. It helps us to dodge traps or the spells of spellcasting enemies later. That's one of the best talents one can get, I think. Athletics is also very nice. It gives us more increases for our physical skills, strength, toughness, dexterity, and we want to increase them definitely. Concentration is the most important skill for spellcasters, but with our learning score it's not very likely that we will be using spells soon. Dodge explains itself. We're also going to improve that talent very early in the game. Food preservation. We want to reach, I think it was level 50, so the enemies we slay drop more corpses. That's also an early priority. That's it for the early game. So we start with alertness, continue with athletics, and we will also increase food preservation. So, very nice. And as you can see, our muscles feel stronger. For a long time we were burdened because we were carrying those 2 large rations, and that trained our strength skill. Very nice. Now we've got strength 16. Before we had 15. And that way we're going to train it at least 1 more point, because we want a high strength skill as a fighter. A goblin rock thrower. Let's wait for him to come nearer. He throws some rocks at us, which is nice because we want to use these rocks afterwards. Now we kill him with our own rock. 3 new pieces of ammunition. Very nice. This large bat is neutral, so we're not going to fight it. We could easily kill it if we wanted, but as long as it doesn't attack us, that's not what we're going to do. We just switch position with it and progress to this rabbit dog we actually want to fight. The dog dropped a corpse. I'm not sure. I think dog corpses could sicken us if we eat them, so we will not take it with us. Now we are chased by this large bat. It turned hostile, so it's going to die anyway. Still didn't find the staircase. This door is locked. We don't want to kick it in, although we could, because it might be trapped. So we'll take the long way that we came. Kill an orc on the way. Eat his corpse. So here we are again. Neutral rat. Let's see if we find the staircase up here. Actually not. Oh, we found an iron ration. That's very nice. More food supply. And a hostile rat. So you just saw we got rid of our first stack of rocks, but we changed to the next one that we found on the way. A metal cap. We will check if that one's better than the one that we are wearing. And here is the staircase. This bat is neutral, so we're going to descend further. And the large bat decides to follow us. Still neutral. Fire beetle is neutral too. Traitor. Oh, and that was a short way to the next staircase. What do we have here? A rattling thief. We're going to kill him before he manages to steal our beloved money. And that was worth it because we just reached level 3. So, let's take a look. Anyway, we are not going to increase food preservation this time because we could increase it by a maximum of 5 points, which is not so much, which is just half of the maximum of our dice. So we leave it for this level. Instead, we're going to increase our dodge skill. Maybe another time. No. And we'll stay with alertness and athletics. Oh, and as we have reached level 3, we can choose another talent. And there we are going to pick the Misser talent, which is not very useful by itself. It just makes us find more gold on our way, but it's the last talent that we need in order to be able to choose Treasure Hunter. And Treasure Hunter is great. It just makes you find a lot more loot than you would without it. You feel good about your appearance potential. That's because of our alertness talent, athletics talent, that allows us to increase our physical stats more easily. But appearance is maybe the least useful of all the stats. It just makes us pay a little smaller prices at the shops, but it doesn't make much of a difference. If you're wondering why I always open the doors from diagonal angle, that's because a door might be trapped so that a stone block falls on your head if you try to open it from directly in front of it. To avoid that, if there is a possibility, I do it diagonally. But here there was no possibility because I was standing in the narrow corridor. Oh! You improve your skill in thrown rocks and clubs weapons to level 1 by killing this large bat, giant bat. We can take another look at our weapon skills, and we see at level 1 we've got a +2 bonus to hit and a +1 damage bonus, which is very nice. And now it takes 12 additional marks in order to reach the next level. Take this gold with us. And this is a dead end. Here we've got the staircase. As you can see, we lost a point of strength, and I didn't realize what happened. That's not so good, but what is very good is we are on burden status again, so we are going to train the strength skill. But we increased our learning. Well, it's so low that that will maybe happen easily in the beginning. The giant rat attacks us, but we kill it. And it drops a box of flint and steel. That's not too rare, but it also drops a corpse, and we want to eat this corpse. We're already at Druid dungeon level 5, and the further we descend, the stronger the enemies get, but that's not of too much importance at this early stage of the game. With our armor and our good weapon, we should be easily able to face most of the enemies we meet here. Down to level 6. And I guess it's at least one more level that we have to find. Oh, we fell into a hole. That's a hole trap, and as you can see we lost 12 hit points in the soul. We have to climb out of the hole, progress. We have been a little lucky because this hole traps also might unleash some venomous snakes on us, and that could be deadly for a low level character. So I'm glad that didn't happen. You discover a loose board hidden at this place, and this loose board is an alarm trap. If there were neutral monsters around and we step on this trap, they would get aggressive and attack us. And we discovered it because of our alertness skill, which is very helpful to detect traps. Another ration, we want that. We will very likely not need those clothes. Kill the fire beetle. Because armors are always kind of heavy, though the clothes are not the most heavy armors, and they will never be as good as our scale mail. So we don't even take them with us and spare our carrying, save our carrying capacity for more important stuff. What do we have here? Dark Sage. He could cast both spells, but now that we are in the infight, he should be chanceless. Yeah, killed him. We're going to kick this door because there seems to be no other way. By smashing it, you activate the trap protecting the door. You are stunned by a sudden flash. In addition, you are blinded by that flash. You can see we are blind and stunned now. And if there would be an attacker at this moment, we would be more or less helpless. See, we can't see ourselves again. We don't know exactly where we are. So we will just try to stay where we are until we can see again. So, you can see again. We're still stunned. That's why we are staggering around aimlessly. But now we're okay again. Swordsman is somehow harder melee enemy. We're not able to harm him with our ranged weapons, so we have to kill him in the infight. Oh, what happens? The swordman disarms you. You drop your mithril scimitar. It flies to the east. To the east is good, so we can take it up again. And we are somehow hurt already. Pick up the scimitar and equip it. And the same again. Come on. Let us fight you. You hit the swordsman and slay him. Very nice. Actually, those disarming guys can be very helpful if you are stuck on a cursed weapon that you cannot unwield. If they disarm you, you get rid of this weapon, and that can be exactly what you want. A lizard man. He's going to die. Yeah. And we advance to level 4. Now we've got too few points to gain in alertness and athletics, so we're not going to increase them. But we will use another increase on dodge and on food preservation. You see, now we've got a greater range, and now it's worth again to put an increase on it. And maybe we could also put 1 point on swimming. It's possible that we will have to cross a river at one point, and then we will be happy about our higher swimming skills. So club, well, take it as long as we can still carry much more. Clubs are very likely not so good, but we will check that later. We got hungry again, going to change that by eating our last large ration, but we still got 3 iron rations, which should be enough for the moment. So we descend this staircase, and we get now the message: you feel some sinister presence. There is stairs leading upwards here. The giant centipede misses you. This sinister presence message tells us that we reached the bottom level, where the black druid Ketrax is roaming. But as I told you, we're not yet going to attack him because we are still wearing our starting gear, and I don't think we are strong enough to face him already. So now we're going to explore the rest of the levels where we've been. Maybe we will be lucky and find some pieces of useful armor. If we should not find anything of use in the whole dungeon, then we're going to visit some other place at first, and come back to the druid when we are stronger. Oh, a large kobold. They can hit quite hard, but not hard enough. We have finished this dungeon level. The bugbear, what's that? A giant lizard. Oh, they can also easily penetrate our armor, as we see. But if they drop some money for us, they shall be forgiven for attacking us. So. A large bat corpse, going to eat that. So maybe the next time we get here we will just kick that door, so we don't have to take the long way around. You saw that I've just been in this closed dead end, and usually this kind of dead ends indicate that there is a secret door around. So I searched the area and the surrounding, and actually I found the secret door. It is locked. Maybe we will be able to get around in a different way. Don't want to risk activating a trap, because as you can see, there's no way to kick it from a diagonal angle. Here might be another secret door, and bam, we found it. It's also locked, so we have to kick one of them. Hope we are lucky. We didn't manage to. Oh, it was trapped. I did expect that, but damn. By smashing it, you activate the trap, protecting the door. Kaboom! The door was booby-trapped. You are engulfed by roaring flames. We took 11 points of damage, which is quite a lot, but at least our equipment stayed whole. It could have destroyed our equipment as well. He sends a pious aura. I think that meant that there is an altar on this level. That would be good to know. We have to kick this door too. 39 hit points, that should be enough. No trap this time. A rattling archer. Oh yeah, here we've got a neutral altar, and that's very nice, because if you can, as you can see in the very bottom right, our alignment is neutral too. So we can use this altar in order to, well, at first kill this guy, in order to identify the status of our equipment. At the moment you see all our equipment that we wear and that we've got in our backpack has the white color, which means we don't know anything about its status, whether it's cursed or uncursed or blessed, and that's what we want to know. So we unequipped everything that we are wearing. I actually don't want to unequip everything at once, because it takes some turns to put off this armor, and we are very vulnerable during these turns. So we're going to equip everything else at first. Drop all unidentified items. Oh, I just recognized that the shortcut to pick up items stops my recording, so I am going to do it the Martin way. Maybe. Pick up all the items at once. Blessed metal cap. Shield. The scimitar is... mithril scimitar is also blessed. That's a wonderful weapon, actually. The short sword, on the other hand, is cursed. We're not going to equip that one. Rocks, rocks, rocks. It's not so bad if your ammunition is cursed, because you can still throw it away. Golden potion, unidentified scroll, and our rations. So now we're going to equip what we have, and now that we know that the second metal cap is not cursed, we can without a risk equip it, but it's not better than the first one we had. Let's see what we had. No girdle, no cloak. We had some weapons that we might identify that way. The warhammer, for example. If we wear it, we can see its stats. Now we know it's a lawful warhammer, and it's at quite low damage. We don't need that, but we're going to sell it. Crude knife, nothing special too, and the club, which is rubbish. Okay, get on our shield. No rings, no bracers, no gauntlets, no boots. Okay, no missile weapons. Okay, now we're going to put off our armor. So we still got at least the 2 points of protection left from our helmet and our shield. We're going to drop the armor, pick it up again. So we've got everything. Oh, it's also blessed. Very nice. That will make it more durable. Oh, a watery potion. That's very nice. Now we know the status of all our equipment pieces. A leather armor, a rock. We might even try this leather armor because we are able to detect its status at the altar. Oh, we increase our thrown rocks and club skill. That's good. Though we are running out of rocks. Do we have another big stack? No. You can sometimes take up the rocks that you use to the ammunition, but from time to time you lose. You permanently lose one of them, and at one point you will have lost all your ammunition. Drop the leather armor. Oh, the water is unholy. That can be useful in certain situations. We'll keep it that way for the moment. So anyway, we are going to see what kind of leather armor that is. It's okay, but nothing special. We will rather wear our scale mail. Actually, it's not very likely that leather armor is better than a scale mail, but why not try? This guy is a little tricky sometimes, a claw bug, because it has a lot of attacks with its lot of little claws, and it will try to it can penetrate our armor, so our protection value doesn't help us against him. Cannot kill him from the distance, so we're not going to fight him in very aggressive mode, but rather defense. So we might dodge some of his attacks. Oh, we were lucky. We directly hit him and got rid of him. Oh, and we advanced to level 5. What are we going to increase? Definitely our athletic skill. Another one on the dodge skill. And food preservation. This cobalt corpse, I can pick it up to show you what else one can do with an altar. One can use it to sacrifice stuff. And since kobolds are chaotic beings, our deity will very much like to accept the sacrifice. The cobalt corpse is engulfed by grey mist and disappears. Is recht, that's the name of our deity, seems to be pleased. Very nice. Well, I see that we are already playing for 25 minutes. So I'd say let's call this a day. Let's stop this episode and continue next time with the exploration of the rest of the dungeon. Thanks for watching and hope to see you again.